ready to make your boating life even easier. My name's Damian, I'm from Northside Marine, and welcome aboard the Jeanneau Merry Fisher 895. Northside Marine is the exclusive Queensland dealer for the Jeanneau power boating range. Now, if you're familiar with these boats, they come stock standard with the twin throttles for the twin engines and a bow thruster. Very capable. You can maneuver these boats quite easily in most marinas. But do you want to take your boating to the next level? Do you want to do some fishing and hold point on a bommy? Do you want to navigate up canals that you have to go up and down all the time? We have installed the joystick and cruise control, heading control system on this boat. So at the moment, we're going to do two things in this video. Whilst we're underway, heading back to work, we're going to use the course controllers and the hold controllers that you would whilst you're underway. And then as we get closer to port, I'll engage the joystick and go through the system there and just how easy it is to pull your boat into berth. So we're underway here. I've got a track laid out. So the easiest thing I'm going to do right now is press track point. It'll guide me onto that track. You can see us moving slowly. I veered off the track a little bit, and it's going to take us around all our navigational buoys. I've laid out this track this morning when I came out, so I know where it's going. If you do want to use auto guidance from the Garmin controller, you can do that. Just make sure it maps out that guide in where you want to go. And of course, you always need to stay at the helm. Yeah, there could be plastic bags in the water or logs in the water or other vessels coming your way. So you can see we're coming up to a turn now, and we're just cruising along at 6 knots here, and it'll take this turn for me, and we're about to come into it now. It's a very calm, shallow turn, and at 6 knots, of course, this is what you'd expect, and it just allows you to just move around, fix up things. Of course, you're not going to spend time on your phone or do anything like that. Here we go, and we're turning that corner. So that's track point, and if you need to break the track point because something's in the water, you can easily turn away on the helm, and there you go. You've got full control again, and off you go. We've still got the track on there, but there's a few other buttons here. We've got heading hold. So if I press heading hold, that holds our current heading going straight ahead, but it doesn't take into account wind or tide or anything like that. It's just going to point at the GPS and go. So it is useful if you're in big open water and you just want to go straight. And then these buttons on the side you can use to changing my course by 1 degree each time, which I'm using to go around this corner still. And you can see my new course heading is 316, so it's going to bring me around. Once again, if you need to break out of this, simply turn the wheel and off you go. Course hold, just let me get on a course, is a little bit more advanced. It holds this course over ground. So if there's wind and tide against you, once again, you can adjust this course. If there's wind and tide against you, course hold will hold you on the correct course. Whereas heading hold, if there's wind and tide, it will move off that. It will just stay going in a straight line. Course hold stays you on the same direction over ground. We just need to turn around a little bit. And the last one is pattern steer, which I won't use, but you might use if you're a keen fisherman. And you can set a whole bunch of patterns, zigzags, circles, and it will just do that pattern steer and navigate around that as you go around. As you can see, all this comes up on your Yamaha controller. You can make that large if you want. So you can see your course there. And I'm going to go back onto track point. And on your Garmin MFD multifunctional display, you can see us moving gently back onto our track. So these are all the functions you can use and how the integration between your throttles, your joystick, your Yamaha control and your Garmin are all combined into one in what makes the Garmin and Yamaha tandem just perfect to make your boating life that much easier. All right, I'm going to get back up closer to the marina and then we'll engage the joystick and see what we've got there. just showing off one of the major benefits. We're now on stay point. Like we've got an anchor down, we've got to stay on this bearing in this GPS location. So this is stay point. Welcome back to the helm. We have a few other things here. We have drift point, which stays us on this heading, but lets us drift with the tide. You can tell why that might be useful for fishing. And fish point is very close to stay point, but on stay point, the bow always stays dead ahead on its compass bearing. In fish point, let's try that now. You can see it's letting the bow flip around with the wind, but it's keeping us on our GPS setting. So only one last thing to do. We've got the joystick here. You activate that. Now in control, come on number 4. And we're gently coming round. And remember, if you're not comfortable with this and you want different control, you can jump into your usual throttle controls and drive it like that. I can also put the bow thruster on. And as always, if you're coming in to a marina, test your bow thruster before we go. So you can come in here using whatever devices you like, and that's what makes your life that much easier. So we're going to have the wind pushing us in a bit. Nice and gentle, as always in a marina. End of the slip we go. So there we go. Pulled in, stern in, one-handed, single-handedly with the trusty joystick. And I hope you enjoyed this quick little video showcasing the Jeanneau Merry Fisher 895 with the Yamaha joystick and controls. It really does make boating that much more easier for you. Alright, see you next time on the channel.